Doug Karsch, Gators out today. Jim Costa's in. And you made a point about Jared Goff. I'm like, we got to bring that to the air because it's really a good way to look at it.
Look at this team. They're making me say nice things about Jared Goff.
I know, right?
But he deserves it. Think about this. He's thrown an interception in each of the last 3 games. And you had the caller, he's throwing picks again. Do you realize what they've done after each of those interceptions? The very next drive, they've scored a touchdown. The story of Jared Goff is the story of resilience. Jared Goff was written out of the Hollywood script with the Rams, comes to Detroit in a terrible position, and it's a story of resilience. Doug, I could take this all the way back to his college days. They were a 1-win football team his first year at Cal. His last year, 8-5. We're talking Cal football.
Mm-hmm.
The story of Jared Goff is a story of resilience, and it's played out this season after each of those interceptions, immediate response, and the team has that same mentality too. They're a resilient football team, and that's with Jared Goff.
You know,
he's likable because of this.
He's got this chip on his shoulder for people.
Yep.
Do we have the sound from what he said to the Amazon crew postgame? Because pregame, was it Ryan Fitzpatrick said he's kind of a poor man's Matt Ryan?
That was the quote.
And apparently Goff heard it. Jared Goff, chip on his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Goff, story of resilience. Is Jared Goff sort of the least, he gets the least benefit of the doubt of any former number 1 overall player taken in the draft than anybody I can remember. I mean, when you go 1-1 in the NFL draft, you kind of already assume superstar status. And maybe because we're 6, 7 years into his career, whatever it is, that people didn't think he was an elite, so they've redefined him. But he was a number 1 overall pick.
I thought the dynamic was funny. Like, Matt Ryan's an MVP winner. I mean, Matt Ryan's a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
But poor man's anything just never lands well. Calling someone a poor man's anything is not going to land well. And Goff, chip on the shoulder rallies.
Herb Street said last night in the broadcast, Goff's kind of the forgotten man.
He is.
And it's the second act of his career that is what we're seeing here. And it's going very, very well. And I can't say this enough. I wanted to start a Khalif Raymond appreciation thread on a message board somewhere because I think we undervalue him as a player. Josh Reynolds, somebody called up and gave him big props today. Amon-Ra is a budding star, but he doesn't fall in anybody's top 10 wide receivers in the NFL. If you take the Lions wide receiver room and compare it to every other wide receiver room in the NFL, it's probably not top half in terms of skills, in terms of just the personnel. But they're performing like it. They're performing like it. And now I feel like we should be respecting Khalif Raymond and Josh Reynolds more. But it feels like Jared Goff is turned the Lions into a top 5 offense with the help of the offensive line and Ben Johnson. And it's a fun watch. It's a really fun watch. And bravo to our guy who we did an interview with every Tuesday during the 10-1 start, whatever it was, his first year in Detroit. And we had to ask some questions that he took. I mean, Kang, I remember you saying, to ask whatever you want. This guy's a pro. And he was really good when he did things that people wanted answers to.
There was a moment last year. There was talk, would he get benched?
Right.
Running 6 start, and you guys have him on every week, and he took the arrows. Mm-hmm. He stood in there.
Persevered. Resilience.
There it is.
Goes back to your word. Look at you.